What's up everyone, I'm back with the third part of the combat car tutorial series, and today we'll be adding the weapons. It's called a combat car for a reason. Also, I'll turn on my screencast keys before doing anything else. You can start by adding a cylinder, for the machine gun or the minigun, whatever you like to call it. I'm not expert in that. You can use / for local view, and then RX and 90, then scale it on the Y, just giving the base for our minigun, machine gun. I'll call it machine gun for this one. Don't roast me in the comments. Also, we'll add another cylinder, but make sure you're in edit mode because we want this as one single object. So we'll add another cylinder here, rotate it on the X by 90 degrees, and then go to this view and then scale it to that size would be good enough. Then we can duplicate it, Shift D is the shortcut, and start placing them. I would not suggest applying a mirror modifier here. You could, but it's more efficient this way than doing it that way, and there would be many confusions if you do. So doing it manually is the best choice. I'll fast forward that part of a video. Since we are done, we can select all of these cylinders and drag grab their faces on the Y and then drag them out. Give me a minute. I guess I didn't select that one. I'll fast forward this also to right about there. Okay, so we just now duplicate this part of our minigun. Okay, I said machine gun, never mind. L and then Shift D, Y, put it there, and then we can again select these faces right here, and then grab them on the Y. Now this is a tricky part because while you are adding the barrels for the shooters and you're in this view, you cannot exactly see the barrels without selecting them. So we'll have to apply a material so that we can recognize where the barrels are placed. Where we have to place the barrels. So we'll give a material, apply another material, select black here, and then click on assign. Now it's easier for us to apply the barrels, whatever. Same thing, right? Then we can grab this on the Y. We'll use a torus for this because it's the best shape available for it. Now we'll switch to rendered view where we'll have to stay for some time. So make sure you save this file before you go there because this might crash your system. And also the thing is, this is delicate work. You could do this in a zoomed view, or if you are an expert you can do it without zoom. You could also switch to material view instead of the rendered view because there are less chances of a crash, and then you can even see the materials. Then you can select this torus right here by pressing L, trial and error. Yeah, then you can scale this down. It's just a bit laggy in material mode, and then you can duplicate them and place them on your shooters. I don't know if it's called the shooters, but you get the point. I'll fast forward this part of the video also. since we are done applying them, we can, just make sure that scale them a little bit higher than the shooters, because then they won't overlap each other. Now do the old trick with your L key, because you'll have to select all of them. Make sure you're using shift or else it would go away. I'll fast forward this part also. Finally, we are done. Just make sure that you have a lot of time when you're doing this, because this requires a lot of patience and also some delicate handling of the system. So make sure you don't rage while doing this. This should do for our machine gun for now. I know these things look weird because they are misplaced, but they won't be seen while we are rendering the image, because the machine gun would be in this view and it wasn't, you know it won't be seen because it would be hidden from that view. You know what I mean. Anyways, we are done with the machine gun. We'll just make the stand and then move on to our next weapon. We'll scale it down, grab it here. We'll add the materials when we are adding the materials in one video itself, so don't bother about the materials for now. Let's make a stand. You can start with the cube, and if you want you can use the local view, but I won't be using that for now because I waste your time clicking one button. I'm already impatient right now because of making those things. If you want me to attach an FBX also, you can ask me for the weapon FBX and I will attach it. If I get one comment, I'll attach it, don't worry. Then for the stand, make sure you're in edit mode, because for the stand we need a standard material and all the parts should move together, and parenting would be confusing. I mean, while you're doing this, it's better to switch to local view, because then your objects will be moved into the center and the car will block your view. So it's better to move into the local view. Select this face and scale this down and then grab it on the z-axis downwards. Then you can press L. If there is no connection between these two, it's easy if you press L. Also, let me know a better way to put those barrels other than what I just did, because I'm sure there are many ways, but I thought this would be the most efficient way. So we can extrude this face right here, and then we can add a UV sphere, just for the detailing. You might just put the gun here, but we are not doing those simple stuff on this channel, are we? Put it somewhere there. Add another cylinder. We can scale this. Grab this here. On the X a little inside. Then scale it on the Z a little more and then rotate it. Then we'll add the stand for our machine gun. You could add a torus, or let's add a cylinder because it shouldn't be hollow. Right about there, then scale it as a whole, and then put it somewhere there. You can also be fancy and scale this face up. We do that. This should be good enough for our stand. It's looking good. We just scale it on the Z because it's too long. And then we can finally place our gun there. Right about there. Then move it on the Y, GY. For now this would do. If there is anything more to do, we'll do that in the finishing touches video. Now we'll add another weapon here, the shock generator, I would like to call it. We'll copy the same stand, or you can make a new one if you want, but for now we'll just copy it. Shift D, X, and then place it here. Then rotate it on the Z by 180 and scale it down a little because that weapon is going to be longer. Now let's start making that weapon. It's a pretty simple weapon. I'll do it in 10 minutes maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you know how to make this, but still. So just add a torus, then go to edit mode, Shift T, Y, put it right about there, scale it down, Shift D, Y, scale it down. And that's half of our weapon. It's as simple as that. Then we add a UV sphere, scale it down, GY, scale it even more. There we have it. As simple as that. Who would have thought? After such a long video we are making such an easy weapon. And then place it here. It's too large for its size. You could be fancy and add more rings to it, but for now we'll stick to 3 because it's a standard number and it suits the weapon. Also, you could be fancy and space it out by scaling it on the Y. And that should do for our weapon. If it looks weird, you can add more rings to it, and that would add to its looks. I know this slope looks weird, but we'll be fixing that in the finishing touches as well. So that's it for this video. I appreciate your patience because this video was long and it took more time to record than any other video. So please like this video, subscribe to our channel to support us. Thank you for watching.